Welcome to an episode of Fandom Station. I'm your host, Maverick, and this is my host, Evil Deeds. Today we'll be doing
Hello.
another episode review of That Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime, Season 3, Episode 14, Labyrinth and Storm Dragon. Okay.
Yes,
So how do you feel about this episode?
I liked it, as I will say for the rest of my life, apparently, because I'm pretty sure I've said that like the past 14
Yeah.
episodes.
It's getting a bit formulated. Next time just say it gave me amusement or it was entertaining. I thought this was pretty alright. I feel like I say something different every time. I think it was pretty good.
Because you're lame.
I don't stick to my guns enough, I guess. All right. Well, before we talk any more about this episode, I guess I'll go ahead into the news. We got some pretty cool stuff because I just realized Anime Expo was this weekend. I just
It
realized that.
was.
Yeah, I was like, there's a lot of cool anime news. It's like, oh, Anime Expo is going on. That's pretty cool. Okay. Bleach, Dazzling and Blood War, Part 3, The Conflict anime reveals October premiere, opening, ending themes, and key visual. I'm pretty hyped for this because so far on the adaptation wise, this has been had pretty excellent adaptation. Like
Wait, can you
they
say that again, please?
Bleach, Dazzling and Blood War, Part 3, The Conflict anime reveals October premiere, opening, ending theme songs, and key visual.
I thought it was over. Bleach is still going.
It's still going. And coming out with another. I think it will be two more parts. This part 3 and then part 4. I
Man,
would say. I mean, you gotta think this is the final arc. Like the first. I mean, think about how long like the first, like the Soul Society arc of Bleach was, or the Reincarnated arc of Bleach. That's like over the Reincarnated arc is like over 100 episodes. You count everything from them fighting Izzy in the Reincarnateds.
Bleach
But actually,
sucks.
he doesn't believe that. He knows he doesn't.
Okay, besides Grimjaw
No.
and the music is really good. But besides those two things,
I don't even have the patience to argue why
okay, and
this.
Yudoichi.
Um, right, as I was saying, this has been an excellent adaptation so far. Not only not only has the animation art been pretty crisp, but they also have been adding new scenes that flesh out the story even more than before. Next thing, uh, this is actually really big news. Omniscient Reader Manual. This is what really made me think, okay, this has to be a big event going on because Omniscient Reader Manual gets TV anime. Yeah,
What is Omniscient Reader?
it's like the biggest, like one of the biggest manual right now. Think of Soul Leveling, but better.
But he goes solo, but better,
It's
bro.
like maybe the people making the manga, it's based off of a novel like Soul Leveling. And then people making the manga or read dice, it's the same people who made Soul Leveling, as far as I know. It's and unlike Soul Leveling, a lot of people like this one. They say it's not just fights. The story is also really good too.
Solo
I'll give
leveling
her.
with the fuck out of me.
I guess I'll give a quick synopsis. I read a few. I feel like I say this almost every time we have an episode. I read a few chapters episode of this. It's basically about this Sally man who's been reading this web novel like ever since he's been reading this web novel for a long time. Like I think ever since he was like in grade school, and there's a time when less and less people just kept on reading it because you can see the amount of viewers on each chapter of the site he's reading from, and eventually he became the only reader. And then the story eventually got to its last chapter, and at that point he gets like a thank you message from like the author, thank you to like the one person who's still reading. And then after that, like the apocalypse happens where like monsters invade the earth and stuff. Like a no, like the world becomes like a game sort of. And it turns out everything is going exactly like how it did in the novel we read. So like the monsters are like the same thing in the novel, and like the kid and people are showing up that were characters in the novel he read. And he's like the only person who knows what's going on because he read the novel. He's the only one who finished the novel till the conclusion. and basically he's using that information to get like a leg up and survive an apocalypse now.
He's cheating.
I mean, he was committed. He's basically getting his reward for being so committed to a novel that nobody else read the whole thing of.
I think I will check that out. Maybe after this recording, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The only reason I stopped reading is I don't know, just stopped reading for no particular
You're not
reason.
gonna be prepared for the fall of Earth, bro. You gotta read.
Yeah, again, they are probably caught up. I was like, I'll wait until this gathers more chapters, and then I never got back to it. Happens like the story of my life.
Mm.
Good. Next thing. Fire Forces Anime's third following season debuts April 2025.
How?
Second
Wait,
part airing
how?
in January 2026.
This is it?
Yes.
What?
I'm not waiting that long.
What do
I'm reading
you mean?
I'm gonna read Soul Eater first. I'm
Hold,
gonna
hold
finish it.
on, hold on a damn
I'm
second.
read and then
It's
I'm gonna read Fire
300
Force.
fucking chapters. You're telling me this is it? There's going to be more. And if it's a movie, we're fighting. I swear, if they announce more in the form of a
No,
movie, in it,
no,
bro.
no, no. They specifically say third final season debuts in April 2025. It's gonna be a
This is
season.
gonna be a long ass season, brother.
25 episodes. I can cover a lot.
Brother, there are 300 current chapters. The anime has 2 seasons, and I doubt they even reach 200. Actually,
They might have. It's
they
48
don't.
episodes. So
They don't.
if each season is 24 episodes, and it's gonna be like 48 episodes. That's enough. I think that might be. I think that probably
Hey,
will be
I'm
enough
looking
to
at
finish.
200. I'm looking at 200 right now. This is not in the anime.
This is an anime. Well, so it's what 100 episodes. It could be pretty
It's
close. I'm
a
not sure.
100 chapters that they'd have to cover in this next season. Hopefully, because
Well,
there's more before that happens.
we have 48 episodes left. I think. I think they're going 48. I mean, it says there's going to be the first part will be in 2025, and the second part will be
Season
2026.
2 ends chapter 174, brother.
What? Yeah, that's a perfect. That's enough time. Yeah, if they cover 176 chapters in 2 seasons, and if they have 2 more seasons
They
going, then yeah.
still have. I don't see it.
What? What? You don't get you don't know the math? Like 2 seasons, 176. 4 seasons, that's over 300. Yeah.
I don't see it.
Yeah. What? They
I
have enough.
don't see it.
This man doesn't want to do the math because he knows I'm right. He doesn't
I
want to do
don't
it.
see it.
Next thing, My Hero Academia, your next film screens in U.S. theaters on October 11th. The film will open in Japan on August 2nd. So we're getting a month later. Wait a second, October 11th.
Tired of this.
That's the same day that Sparking Zero comes out. Huh. I think that's also the same
Really?
day. Yeah, that's also the same day that Fantasia or the Metaphor game comes out as well.
Metaphor? Oh, people are fucking eating on that day. If that's true,
Yeah,
I don't think it's true, but if that is true, then motherfuckers are going to wake up, go to the movies, watch greatness probably from My Hero, go home, buy two $60 games for 120 and just game out for the next couple weeks, bro.
Yeah, I can check. I mean, do you plan to see the movie?
I probably will. I just have to watch I gotta, number one, catch up with the movies. I haven't watched the past two.
I mean, the movies haven't connected so
They
far, so I
aren't
think.
connected, but still, I would like to watch all the movies before I just.
Yeah. I just checked. Yeah, Metaphor and Sparky Zero both released on October 11th.
They're stealing money from people at that point. That's fucked up. Like it's Atlas. No, people are going to buy an Atlas game.
I just like
Knowing
is there something important about
Dragon Ball.
October? Yeah, is there something important about October 11th? I'm like, I don't get why all these things are
Bro,
releasing
what
October
is
11th.
this? What is like? No, everybody and their mom is gonna be getting Dragon Ball. This game is the return of classic Dragon Ball. Didn't what? 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 120 out your pocket? Then you paying for a movie? It's criminal. It's actually
Okay.
criminal work.
Okay, next thing. Shang La Frontiers season 2 teaser announcements October 13th debut. They're like, nah. 2 days later. December 7th, October 11th. 2 days later. Yeah, okay. October 13th. I think it's. Well, this makes sense because October is like the start of the fall anime season. So that makes sense why it would debut it
My
right there.
hero is definitely still going to be going, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's gonna be. I think there's one more season in My Hero. One more season at least. Because if it was one season, they were like saying stuff like final season or the last season of My Hero
No,
Academia.
I remember hearing it was not going to be a lot of other seasons. Like either this or next season was going to be the last season, but I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
this one will be the last season. I'm like 99% sure it won't because I haven't heard anything like that. And there's still a lot of material to cover. I think after
We're
season
just
I
now
got
getting into the war. Well, I haven't been watching the episodes. I'm probably going to binge them after it's finished, but we're just now getting into the war arc. So,
hmm, I don't know. I think they really unless they said this season is only be like 12
have
sort
they gotten
episodes.
into the war arc actually?
They have
Okay.
gotten to the war arc. The the second war arc.
Yeah, the more important one.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, more it is more fun one, yes, without doubt. I do feel like My Hero is like I'm like, so you did one war arc, then it's like, okay, take some time, take a breather, then come back, do another war arc, immediately after.
You
Forget
do
about
a
plot.
work. Look. You do a work. You create a villain that's nigh unbeatable, and you kill off some characters. You end it right there. You bring it back, and somehow that character that should be unbeatable isn't unbeatable. You see, strategy, logic.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't think it's. Didn't think the best narrative decision. I feel like they did like some put another twist because it's literally like I just took an intermission and kept on doing the same arc again. Just literally same thing. Like you got to fight the League of Villains again on a massive
To
battlefront,
be
just
fair,
bigger.
this should this. I'm pretty sure it gives everyone like the closure
Yeah,
for
it
the
does. It does.
characters.
It does. It
Besides
does.
the
It's just
one who I'm pretty sure dies with the weirdest ending. Do you know? You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
yeah. I mean,
Because we
yeah, I know.
talked about it
I know.
before. It's just very weird the way because I didn't see how
I don't.
her character went out specifically, but
I don't think this plot we get in making right now. I think so far it's been pretty great. It's great. It's like one of those things. It's like yeah. I don't. It doesn't like nothing. Some of it doesn't make me feel terrific just because like some. I mean, not all happy endings, but like yeah, it makes sense. I'm not over the hill for some of the stuff.
hey, speak for
But
yourself. I think the last chapter conveyed a pretty good ending for two characters.
no. I said happy, not happy. Just wasn't happy. It was like bittersweet, in a way.
He was very happy. Okay, look,
Very, very
they escaped with their lives, and they got cool action scars to show for it. So, like,
okay. Okay, we're crossing over into spoiler territory.
I said they. No one knows who they is.
Well, now you know that somebody is like, they're like, who is it? Who
I
is this
guess
demon?
that's someone. Who is it? Is it Shigaraki? Did Night
I
Eye come
mean,
back from the dead? No. Is it Minato? That's a
we don't.
completely different anime.
And I mean, with Aries rerun power, she probably can make people come back from the dead. You don't know.
It hasn't even been explored yet in the anime.
Yeah. Now they're like, wait, Aries can revive
Actually,
people?
it has been explored because I guess Mirio got his power back. Not Mirio. No, yeah, Mirio. Not
Okay,
Mirio.
that definitely is a spoiler.
It was last season. Should have watched it. Not my fault.
Okay. All right, let's get into the episode before we spoil any more other anime.
All right.
Okay, this will be our review of season 3 of That Time I Got Reincarnated Slime, episode 14, Labyrinth and Storm Dragon. So this was another. I'm not sure how to say this. I wouldn't call it slice of life. But it's like a
It's not world building. It's town building. It's
ta- kingdom building. This was another
kingdom building.
kingdom building episode. This
Kingdom
was another
building.
kingdom.
Yes,
It's
yes.
like that actually is a whole genre of like of novels, like light novels. Like I'm just gonna. It's like somebody goes to another world and like I'm going to just build the kingdom. Like
But
how the
they're just
realist.
playing like they're just playing like the most. 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 They're just playing like the like mobile game shit. They're just playing mobile games in real life at
Yeah,
that
I was
point.
like, wait. I was like, wait. Kingdom building makes everything makes sense now. Slime isn't about fighting. It's about kingdom building.
Anything here that says "build your kingdom," that's what they're playing, bro. They're
Yeah,
just doing it on a much grandiose scale.
I was surprised Rimuru never brought up like this is this like making a game because it was legit what they were doing this episode, just making a game.
Man, he even has a
Uh,
game made. Look at that, the irony.
okay. First
And his
things
game is
off.
kind of a kingdom builder. The irony.
Yeah, okay, first things off. So they basically talk about how quickly they've been able to build this new arena. They've been able to do it like they're probably going to finish in like about a month, but the most of it has already been finished. They
The
have the
arena.
help of
Nah,
they have the
you
help of the lycanthropes who have been like staying in like the in Tempest ever since Milim like restored the capital city and stuff. No claiming affair. And
they
also
also. Damn, come on now. Let's just
go
alternate zones. Let's
go
alternate.
yeah go ahead.
They revealed. I mean, not necessarily revealed, but it just pretty much show that they're still loyal to their king
Yeah,
because they
carry
said
on. Yeah,
carry on, yeah, because they said that Lord Carry On would probably be showing up for the event too, which would make
yeah,
sense because Milim is already showing up. We know that for a fact. Uh,
yeah,
so yeah, I think that's cool.
yeah. I think the opening play is still a good opening. I like this is like my favorite part it's like this one scene opening where Rimuru like turns his head to the camera and he's like with all the other people who are like reincarnated or summoned to the other world. I just think that's a really cool scene. It's like Yuki's
I
there.
have to watch it again.
Yeah, Yuki's there, which is funny to see Big Bad just chilling out with the main character. It's like
We're about to see it pretty soon in the anime.
I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I guess that will happen.
I can easily see it. I think
Yeah,
the only thing that's going to prevent it from being like one big happy reunion is Hinata and her suspicions.
uh,
Which is
yeah,
again, I have to call attention to the fact once again that Rimuru brought about the suspicions in the craziest manner.
yeah.
Like you had
I don't know.
no reason of suspecting Yuki, and just out of nowhere, if it wasn't for this, I would have had to suspect Yuki. Like that's your homie though.
Yeah,
That's your homie.
that was somehow left field. But once again, I watch Visions of Cleus. I wonder if there's a lot. There's probably a lot of supplemental material that we haven't seen of Rimuru interacting with Yuki. And we had this like the whole that was a whole like season that whole like series or show whatever you want to call it called like Slime Diaries.
Yeah,
That
Slime Diary.
was like a companion piece to this show. I'm like
Slime
maybe
Diary is canon.
yeah, it's canon. It's canon. Why would they? Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I think it was just like an extra light novel.
It was a
Whoever's writing it's like more slice of life, I guess. More slice of
I know
life.
that it was a Crunchyroll thing, which is why I thought it wasn't canon.
Well, no, it's canon. It's canon.
I
I
have
haven't
to watch
watched it.
it.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch it. I feel like we kind of have a responsibility. It's like slime. It's the premier slime reviews. We should watch it. It's just I was like I didn't. I was like I never like I knew I was going to do this podcast. Uh, this podcast series. I would have watched it ahead of time, like 2 years ago, wherever when it came out.
I was too broke
Uh,
to get swamped to fucking Crunchyroll thing.
uh, okay. What's next? Okay. Well, again, yeah. Okay. Next thing. Well, they take all the lycanthropes, and they put them into a labyrinth where like the temperature doesn't change and there's no rain. Also, they're all cool with this. They're all cool living in a labyrinth, which is fine. You
It's
can't really tell, huh?
it's very weird that she I don't know how her power works because she puts stuff in the labyrinth. So is the sky like actual sky or is it?
No. Don't get power skills in here.
I'm just wondering, bro, because like she said
like
the way she said
no,
it, she said that she could transfer a space which would mean that
No,
she
Rimuru,
essentially could cut out part of the sky and translate.
Rimuru is not star. It's not star level. She cannot
Look,
just
look, look, look.
generate.
This is what she said. This is what she said.
Yeah, no, something like something later in the episode proved that it cannot be possible. But I think she's just creating an illusion in the sky, illusion in the ceiling of the labyrinth to make it seem
I
like
know
it's
what
the
you're
sky.
talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, but like they're all staying there now. It's like she can do a lot of things. I don't think she can create just like an actual full fledged sky in her
Hey,
labyrinth.
hey, hey, hey! You never know. You never
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Do you know what the sky is basically just the universe? You know that, right?
Hey, hey! I'm saying, bro. You never know. Ramirez could be hiding her true powers.
Ramrus is the universal tier, confirmed. She made a sky in her labyrinth. Yeah, but I guess fun fact: the ability that's like allows us like I think to create labyrinths and control the insides is called small world. That's probably mentioned before, but just notice it here. Next scene has Rimuru going. Also, I guess I should ask this question: do you think the locker notes are just going to stay there from now on? Because like, I wonder what's taking so long for
No,
for a capsule to be built.
I
Or whatever.
mean, it's. I think it's going to be very big. Like the castle alone was supposed to take a lot of work from Geld. So like,
Yeah, but like,
I would
wait. No,
assume.
I thought they were going to go back to Eurasia. I thought these were all
I think
refugees.
they're helping. I think they're just living here until Geld and Rumoru's people sorts out the whole thing.
Okay, all right. Because like, I mean, you just man, like remember we just took Carrion's people. Like,
they're just chilling, helping them build the Coliseum and the labyrinth and whatever.
yeah, that's probably the case. So Rima goes back to the least popular of the ogres, Kurobe, to check on items for the dungeon. So they can put treasure chests for dungeon. Adventure is fine. He's just like he's just literally gonna grab his stuff and like he literally Kurobe literally says like this is stuff that's hard to find anybody who can use. And like Rima was like, great, I'll put it in the dungeon.
That is very insane. Like, bro, I was watching that scene and I was just like, brother, you do realize he just said that it's going to be hard to use it, and you like there were two weapons specifically that he said could kill the user, brother. Are you not going to
Yeah,
express some caution, bro?
he's like
Like,
this is like okay, we got the curse mail and the curse sword. They'll absorb energy from the surroundings or the user unstopped. They won't stop until until they die. It's like great. That is a perfect item to give
that's
adventurers when they're
perfect.
desperate. That's a perfect.
Imagine, just fucking imagine. You go through everything, you get to floor fucking 50. You find a chest, you get that gear just to find out what it does. And it's too late because you already put it on. Like, River was a villain. I'm not gonna lie.
Like you break your sword. I mean, the dungeon idea just sounds super stupid. I'm like,
Like,
like imagine if anybody just up and dies or stuff in this
I
dungeon. It's
was, I was thinking the entire time they were talking about the dungeon. I was like,
like
there is no way in hell this doesn't lead to a crazy fuck up. Like,
you're like no way. Like this is gonna be giving us episodes for days.
there's, there's no way someone doesn't die in this, bro. This
like
is straight up going to just be Don Machi. This is the Don Machi arc, bro.
this is done about your origin. I'm like, I can see so many ways this goes wrong. Like you don't, you're just doing things on the fly. You're releasing Veldora's or to create more monsters, and he gets thrown as a foregone. We can get to that part later. But I was just like this is. I don't think this is the right idea, Ruru, to try to people with the Tempest.
There is a almost 100% chance this goes horribly wrong.
Okay. I don't know. I think it might. I think this is going to be a few problems, but I don't think anything terrible is going to happen based on how the series has been so far. The series really leans into more idealistic, side of
It
things.
does, but people still die. People have
Yeah,
died before.
and got revived.
I think the selling point is that the band is gonna save people. So like,
Yeah,
yeah, but like,
I mean,
you gotta think about it. If someone,
what we're gonna do in chronological order. We'll get to it. We get to it. We gotta go over like Kurobe. Give Kurobe his time to shine.
they did nothing.
No. We find out he has a unique skill called Mastercraft, which allows him to
Oh,
anything
you
he
talking about
makes.
Kurobe? Never mind. I was thinking of the Goblin.
Uh,
Yeah.
Kurobe has like we found out after Rimuru became a demon lord, he got the unique skill Mastercraft, which means that any item he makes is automatically rare or higher.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what that means actually,
Not at all.
but
Not at all.
that sounds really good.
Thinking about it in a video game format, his armor is either mid or fucking amazing.
I like how rare is just mid.
Like I think, I guess I feel like rare in slime would be like decently good gear. Like it would be
Like
hard to
yeah,
pass up on it. But like
it's probably something like D&D, so they're probably common, rare, maybe common, uncommon, rare, unique, legendary, and then maybe mythic or something like that.
that kind of unique.
I'm telling you, there is. I mean, I've played enough games to know there's
Unique
like
would be like Rimuru's special sword that he just got or some shit. Like
you're
that's
right,
unique.
you're right. You're right. Unique is usually top tier, which is crazy because that's such a like I don't know, blase word is like unique. Oh yeah, you know unique. No, unique means like there's only one of it in existence. Oh, okay. Oh, that is pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible because I think there's something in Shangri-La Frontier where they have you like 7 unique monsters in that name. Yeah, 7 unique monsters. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Uh, Rimuru like oh he also gives like Rimuru the sword. Rimuru has been mentioning he wanted Kurobe to get like a sword, get a sword like a matchup of like Hanada's sword, and so Kurobe has like finally finished making this really cool like straight black sword.
Now,
Uh,
here's what confused me about this part. Okay.
okay,
Kurobe creates a sword that
okay,
Rimuru, who's already an incredibly strong person, can use.
yeah.
Why does the sword have to grow with him? Why is it not already just the final form?
No, I think it makes sense. I thought about like when Rimuru was so strong, like wouldn't you want a sword to be able to adapt to his energy to get
It
even
doesn't
stronger?
adapt. That's the problem. The
That's
sword,
that's what
the sword is
that's what it does.
essentially holding him back, kinda,
No,
until
not
he
really.
beats enough people. No, it is because the sword has a final form.
Yeah,
The sword, before it gets to that point, is always going to be weaker than the next phase of the sword. And Rimuru is already an incredibly strong person who
yeah.
has very little chance of losing to anyone. Why would he need a sword that scales with how much he fights? When really the fight we have
Wait.
is important.
That's not how it works. The more he uses it, the better it gets. It
Okay,
doesn't.
now tell
Yeah.
me 3 times you remember him using a sword.
Well, all this. I mean, I guess every time he fights another,
Like, brother, those two
he,
times.
like
He
you
has
gotta think.
used a
He,
sword
he uses his
twice.
weight. He uses a sword every time he fights somebody. He's a
No, he
sword.
doesn't.
Yes, he
That man
does.
is a spell mage. Rimuru is a spell mage.
No. What are you talking about? Most of Remove's fights or sword fights. He fights with a sword most of the time.
Brother,
Yes, he
tell me
does.
one fight where Rimuru has went straight sword.
Like the first when he fought Gild's father, he used a
That was
sword.
not straight sword. He used spells in between it.
Yeah. He fights with spells and swords. What is this called?
A
You
battle
moving the
caster?
goalpost. You moving the goalpost, my guy.
Oh,
You
I'm
moving.
moving the goal. I'm moving the goalpost. Sounds like you just want to avoid the truth. Rimuru's a
He uses
mage.
he uses a sword every time he fights. He also uses his magic. Well, actually, Rimuru is really a mage. I mean, he has a lot of skills. Doesn't really fight with spells a
He
lot of time.
literally has two of the most broken skills that you could get.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
has used them more times than we can count, which
In
which
combat,
has also been
oh god.
upgraded. to
I
one
don't
of
know.
their most
Okay.
insane places.
Here's a question: what kind of spells does Rimuru use in combat? Tell me what kind of spells.
Gluttony.
Name a few. That's not a
Gluttony.
spell.
That's all it
That's a skill.
means.
That's a
Gluttony is
skill.
a skill. Yes.
I'm talking about spells.
It still counts. You can't
No, but
use gluttony unless you don't have the skill. It's like a spell.
it's like a
Because
spell, but it
gluttony
doesn't.
is an outward attack that uses mana to start it. It's a spell.
It's like River just starts with gluttony all the time. He's just like, I'm going to use. He doesn't. That's not really. It's not a long range attack. It's like a defensive skill at best most of the time.
He
You can't
has
just.
more. Okay. I can't think right now.
He uses a sword. My guy. He's a swordsman. Just.
He's a battle mage at best.
He's like a spell sword. He's a spell sword. Okay, well, let's agree to that.
A
His
battle
compromise.
mage, yes.
Battle mage? That just makes it sound like he just fights some magic solely.
No, that's not. Well, kind of. Okay, look. Whatever. What's next? What's next?
Rune then goes to Veldora and tells him he has a new residence for him in dungeon where he'll
Also,
be protected.
actually, that was surprised you skipped over this, but Ramris and Rimuru talking about Veldora. I didn't know Ramris referred to Veldora as master.
Well, I mean, this is the part. I guess this is the part where they do. I don't know. Maybe I guess it was before. Yeah, before they mentioned. Yeah, I thought that was surprising too. But then, like, I mean, giving Veldora the respect he properly deserves, call him master.
I think she's the first person we've actually seen put respect in front of Veldora, because
Well,
everyone
no,
else fears him, but she's like Master Veldora.
yeah. No, she is like she's not. She's probably like the only person who probably respects him instead of being afraid of him or just being different. Veldora is not that popular now. I'm thinking about it.
Veldora is a very horrible being.
I guess this part, well, where Rimuru basically tells Veldora he can stay at the bottom level of the dungeon to protect Ramirez's like main residence, the Spirit Labyrinth. And he'll be able to unleash his full aura, which Veldora is very excited about. This part I was very confused about because like instead of walking away back to the dungeon, Rimuru was like, I was able to trick Veldora into doing exactly what he wanted. It's like what you didn't gotta trick him. You could
Say
just you
that?
could no, he didn't say anything like these
Oh,
lines.
no,
But he
no, no.
has,
I remember what you're saying. I remember. I
yeah,
remember.
like he's like whispering to Rimuru. It's like, oh, that I was able to convince him to do that sneakingly enough, or something along those lines. I was like, and when Rimuru like, you fiend, I'm like, well, there's nothing shady about it. He would have done this anyway. He could have just told him up front, like, I want you there to create monsters for us, and so we can, or like, I want you there so we can like put magic ores there and get magic steel very quickly. You don't have to be shady about it. You can just tell him he's gonna do it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
do. I do feel bad for Veldora because, like,
Yeah.
he went down there because he wanted to fight, release his magic kills. No one's reaching level 100. No one's
Yeah,
reaching
yeah,
floor 100. This man isn't finna
yeah,
sit here bored unless we see some crazy characters show up for this festival.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I was gonna say I feel sad because I feel like Rimuru doesn't treat Fedora like a real friend. I'm gonna say I'm gonna put my foot down. I'm gonna stay on this hill. I don't think
Yeah,
Rimuru
yeah,
treats
okay.
Fedora like a
Now,
friend.
in that respect, I will have to disagree with you. Your friend, this is a friend who's pretty much has the world's afraid of him. I think you have to put your foot down with that friend, bro. A friend that literally, a friend that knows every demon lord currently, and you refer to them by their first names without giving a fuck while not being a demon lord. Yeah, bro, I think you need to put your foot down on that friend.
Like so far, Veldora has been, I mean, been pretty like I don't know, open. He's like Rimuru doesn't have to hide
Veldora
things.
been chilling because he has manga, but even he's said like he gonna need to fight soon, or he gonna have to find a way to unleash
No,
his
Rimuru
power.
gave
And when he does
Rimuru gave
that,
it. Yeah, Rimuru gave that to him. I'm just saying, you
yeah,
don't have to.
finally.
He doesn't have to be fake about it, as I'm saying. He just tell him up front, like, yo, I got a place that you can release from manga and we can make monsters and like, yeah, like I like some more openness. I just don't think. I don't know, this. I think it's very one sided friendship here.
Well, look, look,
I
look,
think
look.
I think
I think
Veldora
we
is really
just
cool with Rimuru, and Rimuru just like puts up with, which is weird because it wasn't like that before Veldora got unsealed. It was like, what? This is weird. I
I
just
can see
noticed
it.
that.
I can see it.
It's like Rimuru just kind of treats him as something to use now. Uh, but
After
yeah,
that, they really just after that, that's really it. They go through the traps that they can do. Rimuru suggested a horrible trap which takes the oxygen away from the room. Like I
yeah.
love how progressively through the episode Rammus was just
Oh
like,
wait,
"Yeah,
wait,
you're a villain, bro."
wait. We're skipping something. They mentioned a safety feature that we talked about before. Like this is main. This is pretty much the main thing in the episode. Where they mentioned Ramirez has a power to make. It has a power that makes people who are servants to her immortal as long as they are in the dungeon.
Yeah,
And she can kind of extend this power to people with something called armband or rebirth that allows them to revive at save points, which kind of like is the deterrent for people dying in the dungeon. But
also she
not
can do it infinitely. She
she
can
can
do
do
it
this.
infinitely amount of times. But the reason they're doing that, but they created the armband as a single use because to do it, she has to create a contract with them.
Yeah, she can't make it. She can't have a contract. Can't like have a contract with everybody into the dungeon because it's making like hundreds of people go in every day. So it'd be like impossible to do. They literally have to be like, I want to become your servant. Like every time they want to go into the dungeon, which is impractical. Impractical.
Yeah.
So they come up with the armband. I was like, okay. I mean, people still could die if they lose it, or something. Like somebody monster, like maybe destroys it, or like they just I don't know, don't put it on. That'll be on them, I guess. Or somebody steals it from them. But yeah, okay, but I guess this is our kind of alright. And then Rimmer mentions we'll get to how we're gonna price it later. Like what? This is gonna be free?
That armband is going to be a small fortune. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think Ringle's going to charge much, but it could go for a small fortune. It can
I don't think
literally not reverse death, but it stops death
as long as you're in the dungeon. I mean, yeah, as long as
as
you're in
long
the
as you're
dungeon.
in the dungeon. Yes.
Yeah. Hold on, wait a second. I wonder if that applies to other labyrinths memories has created. Like, can you like take this outside of her labyrinth and then go to a different labyrinth and just be immortal? Like, imagine you living in
Maybe.
one of her under dungeons. But it's only use. And that's all I guess is map. But let's
As
just
one use.
get one free life. Wonder if he could do that to people who live in the labyrinth.
I
Actually,
don't
now I'm
know
thinking
why, but
about it.
when you said that, it reminded me of Mario getting a +1 life.
Yeah, and I don't know. Now I'm thinking about like I'm just over here designing like, hey, actually, if you have everybody living to land, but have everybody become servants from Marias, and you effectively have a more population, huh? Like,
Um, it's also revealed that to test the armband, she did it on Beretta, and I didn't even know Beretta was a demon.
yeah, I
Actually,
was surprised. I
I
forgot.
like
I
I
forgot
can't
that too.
remember Beretta, like how she
Yeah,
came about at all. I just
yeah,
know
I
it's
mean,
Rimmer,
too.
and Rimmer gave her to
It was a very
Ramir.
offhand thing. I think he summoned her into a golem and gave her to Ramirez. It's like, yeah, I'll sort it out later. And he's been sorting it out for like he sorted out a little bit. What God guess God did. He's like, hey, I know Rimuru made you and you serve Ramirez, but like you gotta decide which one you're loyal to mostly. And she was like, I picked Ramirez. Like, and then now she's like, well, man, I know I said that, but I'm still actually loyal to both of you pretty equally. And Rima was like, well, who do you want to serve like more? Like, and then she's like, I guess I'll serve Lady Ramirez more, but like, if you need my hand, you're free to ask anything of me because I'm dead to you for like giving me a body and stuff. And Rimu like basically also I feel like this show just pops up things I didn't know about. So Rimu basically takes the literal contract of servitude out of Beretta and it's like master unlock and then takes his name off and then Ramirez puts her name there. I was
Yeah.
like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing. So I guess Diablo probably has something like that as well. Yeah,
I don't know. Probably.
yeah. Because he's a demon just like well, not just like, but he's also a
Yeah,
demon.
he's a very high tier demon though.
Yeah. Oh, we don't know what Beret's theory is, but probably not as high tier as his.
Highly doubt she's scrapping with Diablo.
You don't know. Um, what's next? Okay, yeah, the part you're talking about where they're going on different traps where they get increasingly more dangerous, like pitfalls and what else was there again?
The trap that takes away oxygen uh, is something Rimuru suggests, which I find hilarious. That he has to explain what oxygen is, which I didn't
Yeah,
even think about.
yeah. I feel like the idea of like just breathing I feel like ancient people weren't that done. I feel like they knew, hey, there's some stuff around us called, oh yeah, they do, because like I think was it Aristotle who came with the four elements: fire, air, water,
Really?
and like earth. Yeah,
Wait,
like ancient
Aristotle
Greek.
was the Avatar?
No, no, it just came up with the four classical elements as we knew them. And they knew that air was a thing even like back then in the ancient Greek times. They even had thought about the idea of atoms. Like atom is like atom. The word atom is like a Latin word that means like small. They had thought like there must be like something smaller if you go down deep enough. Because like everything is made out of parts. If you think you go down deep enough, there's probably something we can't see that everything is made out of. Like the ancient people weren't dumb. So I was kind of surprised I didn't know that something if you create an airtight room, people are not gonna be able to breathe.
But some of the traps that they have recommended is, of course, poison arrows, a poison bog, like a swamp that damages and poisons you when you fall in it.
Hmm.
Uh, a revolving floor that confuses one's sense of direction. Steel threads, which is recommended by Veldora, which
They can
is
slice a person say off.
which is surprisingly tame in a way for him. I
Yeah,
thought he would have been something way crazier,
yeah,
but he does
yeah,
specify that they can slice your head off.
yeah,
I think Beretta recommends the pitfall trap,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
But she does. She's like simple pitfalls should be enough.
yeah, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think Whammy is the person who like recommends spinning floor trap, which isn't
Yeah.
really a trap, it's just more like a fun ride. Uh,
Fun, right?
uh, Yeah, then Ramirez is in, and Ramirez is I mean, Ramirez, I realized that those names are pretty similar, Ramirez and Rimuru. Rimuru is like, okay, you can do all that stuff, like, and Rimuru like, yeah, Ramirez is like, yeah, I can do pretty much anything inside my lap, and then Rimuru me is like, okay, can you make like terrain effects, like a volcano floor, like an ice floor, like a stormy floor, and
It goes to
Ramirez like
pretty
just
much
some,
everything.
yeah, Ramirez like completely shuts her down. It
No,
completely. She's
money, money,
like
money.
no, I can't do it. It would take way too much energy to maintain that, which is why I don't think she can create a sky inside her
To be
lap.
fair, to be
Yes.
fair, she didn't say she couldn't do it. She just can't maintain it for a
Yeah,
long
yeah.
time.
She's okay. I was like, all right, she can't maintain it for a long time, but she can do it. It just she couldn't do it like forever, like
Like
how
if I think if
was.
Rimuru was giving her energy, she probably could.
I don't think even Rimuru probably has enough energy. I don't think. Probably
Hey,
not.
Rimuru Veldora, we can do this. We can play this game. Someone's gonna have enough mana.
They probably wouldn't have enough mana.
All
Because
right.
If Veldora had enough mana, she could do it just by using Veldora's
Aren't the
mana.
druids made of mana?
The Dryads, yeah, that doesn't mean they
The
have infinite
dryad.
mana. Yeah,
I'm just
a
saying. I'm just saying.
chocolate bar is made of chocolate. Doesn't mean you can have infinite chocolate.
That's what you assume.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
after this, oh wait, what?
Oh no, you got.
After this, Milim finally shows back up. After man, she was last seen doing Walpurgis last season.
No, this season. Well, I guess this
Brother, what? She
last
wasn't.
core, the
She
first
wasn't
episode,
actually in
first
this.
first episode of this core, the last core was
This is the
Walpurgis.
second. This. Wait, what are you on about, brother?
She was in the first episode of the last court while Purge was still going on in the first episode.
The Walpurgis was ending in the first episode.
It was ending, but she was still there.
He wasn't.
Yes, she was. She was.
Brother. Hold on. Oh, you're right. Wow.
Uh,
Wow. Wolpergus was still going on when the season started. That's crazy.
yeah.
But, well, she shows back up 14 episodes later with the Dragon Gauntlets, which look stupid, but I like them. 'Cause why do you even, like,
She
why do
doesn't. She, she doesn't need them.
you. But, yeah, she comes in and she produces the idea of essentially just kidnapping dragons, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she just says,
Capturing
yeah,
the
just
business
capture some
friendly.
fire dragons and ice dragons and bring them
That's
here.
that. That's a business friendly. That's a business friendly term. Not kidnapping, not poaching, capturing,
Yeah, bro,
relocating.
she is straight up proposing to kidnap other dragons.
You know, but these are not true dragons. I think true dragons are
And it's
like
not
more.
even like she's saying, yeah, y'all can go kidnap them. No, she's saying, I will. She wants to kidnap the dragons.
Yeah. If you've seen the opening, this probably could be anticipated. I was watching the opening this time. I was like, I see you see like a scene of Milim, and she has like a bunch of dragons behind her, and I was like, okay, I was wondering what that was about, and this episode explains it. She's gonna
Million
capture
is
some
a
dragons.
problem. Million
Yeah,
is a big problem.
I think I think that everybody knows it. I think people are more skilled. I wouldn't be surprised. It's people are more skilled than Milim in a lot of places.
Million is
Probably.
Million is essentially just a goddess of destruction. That's all she does is destroy shit.
I can't. I can't really remember what she's. Oh,
Her
she.
and Veldora,
Yeah,
all
she
they
did
do
destroy
is
you.
fuck shit up
I mean, she did destroy you. You were in Asia's capital city. Just
completely, utterly, and like just utter devastation. Also,
yeah,
looking at the opening for the dragons, they look pretty fucking cool. It's
yeah.
four of them. You have uh the basic elements: wind, ice, fire, and I
Lightning.
said no, earth.
Oh, okay, cool.
And the design for the dragons are really cool. I like them.
Yeah. I wonder if we get some more information about on dragons. Cause I know these dragons aren't the same thing as Fedora. Like they're
Yeah.
weaker, of course.
The lore is
But
just pure destruction. Same with
but I
Million.
think
They
that
don't really
uh,
have elements, I don't think.
I think they're technically a different species altogether. Not sure though.
Mm. But yeah,
Uh, that's
I
pretty
think
much the
yeah,
episode.
that's it. That's really it.
The next one is titled Audience. And what would your rating be for this episode?
8 out of 10. You already know I was gonna do it.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. These are
I
7
don't
out
like you. I don't like you.
of 10. Nothing has changed. What do you want me to
This
do?
is
I'm not.
targeted at me. This is targeted. This is just
Like,
targeted at this point.
I barely give anything 10 out of 10, and this is not 8 or 9. This is a 7. Seven's actually
Look,
pretty.
look, look. You're just a hater.
I would. It was my idea to do slime. I'm not a hater.
You're a very big hater. You're just hating because slime is good.
What episode do you think? What episode do you think tournament's gonna start?
Maybe 16, 17.
I'd probably say 17 as well. 17. All right, but that's pretty much all I have to say.
All right. Um, I can't do the outro.
I'll see you on the next one, travelers.
Yay.